just wants to do whatever it wants. Hi, how's it going? How's everybody doing? Happy Easter, everybody. To those who celebrate. How's everybody doing today?
New device transvalidation.
Oh, hush. Hush, hush, hush. How's everybody doing today? Okay. Many of you... my goodness. You were just waiting. She says, you haven't done one in a couple of days, Mom. Yes, my baby. It's your mama, baby. Oh, your ears are cold. You smell like fresh air and sunshine. You're my baby, aren't you? You mama, baby? Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. I love you, Gracie. Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Now look over here and say hi to everybody. Hi. See, them all waving at you, Gracie. They're all telling you how much they love you. Really? That's it, because you'll only get one of these at bedtime now. 3 a day. Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Here's my kiss. Thank you. Oh, gotcha. There you go. Go lay down. There's your blankie. There's your blankie over there. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Let me say hi. Let me pop out the participants here. Avonlea Ansi shall serve Celeste Autocare, Corey C, Donna Lull, Dreama Closa, Jean Phillips, Lacey Black, Jennifer W, Urban Homestead, Patricia Davis, and Juliana Mitchell. All right, let me just go back over here. What did I do here? There we go. And let me put it on live chat. There we go. I have my cell phone set up here so I don't see there's a portion. Hey, how's it going, Autumn? But somewhat cool. It is quite cool today in the cloud. It's clouding over. Yeah, my hair is at that stage where it can look really great or it can look really crappy, and it's mostly really crappy. Well, okay, this is now, I thank you. I appreciate your patience with, and patrons, there is going to be another live stream after this one so that we can celebrate the rising of, let's just celebrate some ascension, shall we? Hey, Lori M, Jean Phillips, CV. I got to tell you, folks, Aunt Audrey passed away on Thursday, and that's why you've seen no live streams from me. She had been in the hospital for a urinary tract infection, but some mistakes that we think were made, or whatever the reason. But Angie had COVID, and Dee Dee had been exposed, so neither of them could go to the hospital to make sure everything was going right. But they made sure that they got Aunt Audrey home, and Aunt Audrey passed as she absolutely wanted to, as if she had planned it no other way. She was surrounded by love and candlelight and music and smiles and somebody constantly talking to her or holding her hand. Either or. Even when she slept in the night, somebody was holding her hand. An era has passed. So I'm absolutely positive that her spirit escaping that tortured body is finally free and joyous and happy. Okay, so that's all I got to say. Absolutely. She passed in her own home with her granddaughters, her daughter-in-law. If you could be so kind, I know the entire family could use your prayers, but Angie has been almost single-handedly looking after Aunt Audrey for 8 years, to the point where she hasn't been able to go out much or anything. And Angie's grief is very deep indeed. So please say a prayer for our Angie. Okay? And the whole family. I'm not saying that Angie's grief is more important. I'm just saying, Aunt Audrey's been her life, day in, day out, for 8 years. And she's the one I worry about the most. If I'm. Hey, Paula, how's it going? Oh, absolutely. It's a celebration to have lived such the life she had, you know? And you remember, I got to see my father leave his body um, about 12 hours after 12 to 15 hours after he passed. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't breathe properly. And I saw God took me back and I saw my father leave his body, and it was absolute joy, freedom. I expect no less for Aunt Audrey. She leaves behind 8 grandchildren, 22 great grandchildren, and 8 great 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 grandchildren. It's yeah. Hi, Cheryl. So, how's everybody doing today? I appreciate you guys. Oh, and if you're on Facebook, please share this. I've been banned. I've been shut down for 24 hours for daring to post something from Rumble that would have been quite shocking for some people. But so if you could share this on Facebook, please go ahead. I would greatly appreciate it. My family I don't know about my family. This family stopped celebrating Easter when my kids grew up. Because what many people don't know is that Angie's father and Audrey's son passed away on Good Friday. And Angie's grandfather and Audrey's first husband passed away Easter weekend. You know what I mean? My mother passed away on April 15th. It's a weekend that's really hard to celebrate. But I will celebrate that she is ascending. And that's... thank you, honey. Yes, I do believe I've put my Gab. No, I didn't. You can post my... Oh, never mind. But I'm on Gab now. I'm getting rid of Facebook. Gab is a little bit clunkier. And somebody asked me, well, who owns Gab? Well, I really don't care as long as it's anybody but Mark Zuckerberg. You know what I mean? Well, we celebrate holidays still, Gab Social. Just look up Gab Social and look up Mrs. Wolfie. I'm there, just like I am on Facebook. But Facebook and I are parting ways. And so this is the transition I have been telling everybody about, right? I'm parting ways with Facebook. I will keep my Messenger only because I have folks on there that won't know any other way. But this temporary ban from Facebook is just fine with me, right? So I am on Gab, Rumble, and YouTube, and I haven't done a Rumble or anything because the last Rumble I worked on, I was so angry, and it's really, really hard for me to post like a lot of truth that will make people really angry, because I'm angry myself when I post it on Rumble, that I have to cleanse and sage and cleanse and everything afterwards before I can come on here. So it's and in light of this weekend, I just didn't have it in me, but there's a Rumble coming. I had 1 jelly bean this year. That is a miracle. Well, there you go. My Idiot X is in the land of the missing. His girlfriend just found out he's been talking to women and cheating. I'm not surprised. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lacey. Seashell, can you post my Gab? Oh, please excuse me. Now, after this, I will be going on Patreon for some celebration of the rising of truth and knowledge and spirit. Okay. Yes. Smoke of the sacred white sage. Allow me to speak with clarity, filtered through love and honesty. May I receive the energies of those who ask. Please cleanse me and this chat from negativity, lies. May we be honest and open-minded and willing. Hi, Simply Jessica. We're having chicken strips and fries and maybe broccoli and cheese sauce. Hey. Freaky puppy from the start. Rib roast is not a bad price. Really? Oh. What is that? Well, I guess we wanted to hear something right off the bat because this one was turned around inside the deck and I saw it as I shuffled. Intuitive communication, silent whispers of the heart. And that's what me reading cards is all about, okay? It's called intuitive communication, right? If, I don't necessarily read the cards the way the book tells you to read them. I know I say this every week, but everybody, sometimes we have new people and I read them intuitively depending on the person that's asking for them. Okay. Yes. I'm reading cards today. Hey, Ninja, how's it going? Your hair does not define you though. Well, I mean, it just does what it wants, doesn't it? The only thing that defines me is the amount of gray. Hi, Malka. I'll ad hoc tonight. I'm making positive changes in my life because I must help myself. Switching to tea and giving up beer. Good for you, Malka. You're digging my gray hair. Well, I am too. Like, seriously? Everyone says, I can't believe how fast your hair grows. Do you remember me shaving up the sides? Look. It's really, really going all over the place. It's just nuts. And it's full of static because I brushed it and had my shower today and all that stuff. Thank you, Freaky. It's like a chia pet. Exactly. I don't know what someone's sprinkling something on me at night because it grows really fast. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with gray. I call them God highlights. Chia. So, thank you, Seashell. There's my Gab. It's a little clunky, but to me, it's, Facebook's had us on a leash long enough. That's all I'm going to say, right? Whoa, here we go. We got some cards from the universe has your back. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Now, this isn't me saying that. That's what we need to say to ourselves. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. And there is a stream of love supporting my dreams. Say that to yourself. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. Well, yeah, I'm on Instagram too, right? I'm on Instagram. I've gotten rid of TikTok. So look up Mrs. Wolfie on Instagram. You'll see my little pink crystal heart with me mining it and a hard hat on. Well, I have thin hair too. People don't believe me when I say I have thin hair. My hair before my gastric bypass surgery, a ponytail, one of those, I had to use those great big thick coated hair ties, and that would only go around my hair twice. Now it goes around 4 times. When I had gastric bypass, I had really long hair and it started falling out. Because of the lack of protein and nutrition in my diet, because I was losing weight so fast. So I kept it short for a long time because I couldn't, it felt thin and straggly to me. And then one day I just stopped and let it grow again, and it feels normal. It's not thick like it used to be. Oh, thank God it's not thick like it used to be. But, well, Facebook is just, my friend is having hair fallout due to the sea. Anyone else? Oh, you mean the flu? We cannot talk about, I was given a letter. I was sent a letter by AdSense saying that if I discussed the conflict over there in any way other than what any way other than mainstream media wants it heard, that they will demonetize me. Just like that. So it could be a thyroid issue. Absolutely. My hair started falling out after, oh, really, Juliana? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No idea if anybody will. That's okay, sweetheart. That's okay. So, I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate you guys, me not being here on Thursday. I did not want to dump on you guys with my feelings. I really, really didn't. I've gained 2 pounds, okay? 2 pounds this weekend because I buried myself in comfort food. Macaroni and cheese casserole with bacon on top, just the way my mom used to make it, except I added more cheese and I added broccoli and peppers and onions. And that was comfort food on Good Friday. And then yesterday I had macaroni and tomatoes, another comfort food from my mom. And on Thursday, I baked oatmeal cookies, and yesterday I baked peanut butter cookies. So you see where my comfort food is? You see why I gained 2 pounds this weekend? Yeah, it is a form of blackmail. You can say that, Lori. But the truth is, I can't live stream on Rumble yet. I tried it. It didn't work properly. And Rumble's the only place anybody can speak the truth. And by the way, Rumble's a Canadian company. They're based in Toronto. I'm so proud of that. But I'm going to start doing more, but it's a dance. It really is a dance with negativity whenever I have to do a Rumble video and spout some truth. Because then I have to, I'm all about ascension and lifting our vibration. Oh yeah, there's an idea, isn't there? lifting our vibrations and all that stuff. But I have to put blinkers on while I'm praying and meditating to keep that part of the world out of my prayer and meditation. Unless it's me saying, let's bring light into the darkness kind of thing. However, where's my other thing? Where's my other phone? However, I still get caught up in the negativity that I am reporting on. You know what I mean? And that has to be cleansed. So it's kind of a dance, and not a happy one some days. You know what I mean? So let's play some. Let's put on some. Don't you do that? Give me a second, folks, and I'll put on some nice, soothing, meditative music for us to relax to. Where are you? Where are you? No, you gotta go this way. There we go. Wow, I have way too many apps on this old phone. There you are. Okay, let's turn you down some. There we go. All right, we've got the music. We've been saged. Uh-oh. No, that's not what I meant, but okay. Juliana, it is $5 American or $7 Canadian a month. I had it cheaper a couple of years back, but it allowed just anyone to come in. And a lot of things said in Patreon are for patrons only's ears, because those are people I trust and that we talk, and we can talk freely to a certain degree. And those are my peeps, my inner circle. And not that I don't love everybody, but there are some people I can just share stuff with that I can't publicly share. You know what I mean? What, this? This is my speaker right here. I don't know what it is in euros, sweetheart. What is euros compared to $5 US? I don't know. I don't keep up on foreign exchange stuff that much. I call that wall E. What are we talking about? I don't know what 50 euros is, sweetheart. I don't. But I mean, if you want to, thank you for putting my Instagram and my Rumble and my Patreon and my Gab up. I don't understand what you're apologizing for. This is a time of celebration. Okay? Why? Because Christ was the ascension master. And if nothing else, he taught us that love was everything. And we're not talking romantic love or even self-love. We're talking about the kind of love that reciprocates love, the energy of love. Love is not an emotion. Love is. Okay? We only have two real emotions. And those are everything that we act and react to in the face of love, and everything we react and act to in the face of fear. All of human emotions stem from those two states, right? So Howie has an IG too. What's an IG? Hi. Hey, Connie, how are you? So, I mean, Christ taught us about the absolute imperative need to love one another. Okay? You can dislike each other all you want, but you can still love them, right? Love them enough to respect their choices. Love them enough to respect their space. Love them enough to hold your tongue when you want to punch them, right? You can still love people and not like them, right? But Christ taught us the absolute imperative of love is what drives this planet. Love is what drives everything positive, right? He taught us, he was a Reiki master. His energy was so strong. When he healed, he healed. And that lady who reached out and touched his robe and got healed, he felt that. But her healing power was in her own belief. Okay? Christ tried to teach us that healing starts with us, within, and with each other. Okay? And he taught us also that there is life, there is everything beyond this world. Everything that, our bodies are just our bodies. When we leave, we ascend. That's what he taught us. Those are the lessons I got from Christ. Hey, Michelle Maria, how are you? Well, no, I can't punch anymore. My hands are too arthritic, probably from punching one too many walls or things. I mean, I wasn't always this calm and walking towards enlightenment. You got to remember, I'm an alcoholic in recovery. Okay? I mean, I'm 24 years sober, and I've never said clean because the only addiction I had with chemical addiction was cocaine, and I nipped that in the bud after the third use. I was like, this shit can never come into my house again. Period. Full stop. But I wasn't always this wonderful grandmotherly like person, Nobody is perfect. But we can only advance towards perfection every time. Well, let's call it leveling up. Every time we release some ego, we level up a little bit. Every time we let go of anger, we level up a little bit, right? Every time we love enough to not accept unacceptable behavior, we level up. You know what I mean? Every time we meditate and find our place where we can talk to God or source or spirit or creator, whatever you want to call it. When we meditate and we find that place and we connect and we commune and we pray, we level up a bit, right? What was that game called? What game? Would I have been afraid of the old you? Probably not. Not unless you had ill intent. Let me tell you a story, okay? When Howie and I were at a kind of a corn roast where I used to live in a place called Apsley. And I had to go to the hardware store. Howie and I went to the hardware store. And I was met by this young man. And he said, "Hey, Bev, how you doing?" And I went, do I know you? And he goes, "I'm crushed," right? And I'm thinking, okay, did I sleep with this person? Did I babysit you? And he goes, "No, Bev." He said, "I remember the first time I ever saw you. You broke up a fight. You got between two fighting men, broke up a fight, and later on, as you left, the fight started out again, and you tossed somebody over the hood of a car, breaking up the fight." He said, "And I learned two things that night: your name and never to mess with you." And I went, "But I'm a green buff!" Because at this point I was, in sobriety, right? So I was one of those people that, I had nothing to fear but fear itself, you know? So I wasn't unfriendly. Did you not hear me say I actually was breaking up a fight? Both times I was breaking up a fight. That's just who I have always been, right? Why am I reading something about being unfriendly in chat? What did I miss? Nothing. Nothing, freaky geek. I was just talking about um that when I went back to my place where I lived between 12 and 19, somebody recognized me and I didn't recognize them. I didn't know who they were. But so they told me the story of the night they met me, and I had broken up two fights. One in the table, there was a table, like the tables were lined up against the wall like this, and the fight was in between the tables, and I got in between the fighters, right? Grabbed one guy right around like this and said, hey, 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 right from behind, said, this is a woman holding you. And then I said, hey, 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 I'm a woman, please, please. And they calmed right down. But the fight broke out again afterwards, and I had to get into it and toss somebody over the hood of a car, to break it up. So that's, sometimes we should mind our own business. I've learned this the hard way. We must be long lost sisters, so many of the same life experiences and mannerisms. Do you remember me? We met at Timmy's one morning. Timmy's where? I wasn't necessarily drunk out, Malka. Well, maybe by the end of the night, but I never really got drunk until the after party. There was always an after party at the dance, right? I beat up a boy in high school for trying to beat up my boyfriend. I was late for a dental appointment. I didn't beat up people, right? Not once I realized that I could really do damage, right? I more often tried to diffuse violence. I've had people try and pick fights with me, after dances and shit like that. And it's just like, you know what? I don't got time for this shit, right? I never did, right? I was always the good girl, like not the good girl, out for fun. I wanted to have a good time. I didn't want it marred by fights and stuff. Sometimes a bully needs a lady to put them in place. Well, the last time I can remember, I'm not going to go into that, right? But when I lived in Toronto until 12, it was not a pleasant. Like between the age of 9 when my mom died and 12 when we moved, the area of Toronto we lived in was not a nice place to be. I had, somebody tried to pull me under a car once. Somebody tried to pull me behind a dumpster. I was molested in school. I was stalked and brutalized in school. It was not a pleasant place to be. That's why my dad moved us out of Toronto, that part of Toronto. Absolutely. Solving violence with violence never works. Never works. Why? Because it's a negative energy, isn't it? The worst kind of negative energy. And I think even then, when I put my arms around that guy from behind in the fight off the dance floor, I knew then that calming was the way to do it, until later on, and they just didn't get and all I did was broke it up. Tim Hortons. Yolana, now I wish I knew what you looked like. You mean our Tim Hortons? That's awesome. You're local. So, okay, Seashell, sweetheart. Okay, got it. Got it. Was that at the drive-through window? Where do you work now? Do you work at the other one in Cantley now? Okay, wait a second. What am I saying here? Trying to kiss me. Ew. Yeah, I know. So, I mean, think about it this way. We've talked about this before, right? We've talked about how when you voice anger or negative emotion, okay, or you use negative words, they have 40 times more power to spread negativity than when you voice positive things in love. When you talk about positive words and positive words of love and stuff like that, it only goes 10%, spreads 10% faster. Why? Because anger is an adrenaline rush and people want more. We don't get adrenaline so much from being happy, joyous, and free, unless you're on a roller coaster. You know what I mean? So anger spreads faster, harder, with more power because it multiplies faster, right? It has more power. That's why we fight so hard. And I don't want to use the word fight, but that's why we work so hard at raising our vibrations into the place of love and putting the blinders on. This is a time in life when it's okay to ignore mainstream media, a lot of social media bullcrap, because it's just constantly battering us with armed conflicts, infectious diseases, and jabs that don't work, and all these things, right? So, or may not work, excuse me. So, the negativity of this planet, you want to get biblical, it started in the garden, right? We chose, if you want to call it the Luciferian mindset. We chose not to listen to God. It's that simple. However, it doesn't mean we can't listen now. Okay? That we can't remember why love is so important. Aldo! Hi, darling. It's good to see you. Only time you're clean is just before you fall into a mud puddle. Well, I mean, you disobeyed God. Everybody disobeyed God. Everybody did. Started with Adam and Eve. If you want to get biblical, it started with Adam and Eve. Eating of the fruit, listening to the serpent. The moment you got kicked out of the garden, we have been on a quest to get back to it ever since. And guess what? The negative side of life and response to negativity is so much more stimulating than that. Let's put it that way. Anger and rage and justifiable anger and all these things, okay, have more adrenaline in them for people, right? And it multiplies it multiplies like locusts, okay? Whereas, it's becoming really, really difficult. But this is why we do this. We want to raise our vibrations. We want to know that, we want God to know, source, creator of all, to know that, we are on that path. We are on that path to love and light and peace and harmony and patience and tolerance, right? Oh my goodness, Autumn, twice a day? Hey, Ange, how are you, darling? How's things going today? We're gonna do a Sunday patrons stream after this, Ange. Will you be on this schedule of Sunday, Thursday? Honey, the schedule for Sunday, Thursday is you mean am I going to put it on Gab? Am I going to post it on Gab? Yes, I already have. Right? Hey, for Enter Forever Untamed. How are you? I'm glad, Ange. Angie's won't be long when everything's done and over with. Angie's going to come up here for a couple of weeks, aren't you, Angie? Gab is social media, similar to Facebook, except that I can't go live on there. Gab, I'm just getting tired. I'm just getting really tired of constantly fighting for truth and having it and being like right now. You can share this on Facebook or Twitter if you want, guys, but right now I'm banned from posting anything on Facebook for the next 24 hours. New York steel strips steel with broccoli rave from the garden. Thank you, Juliana. I got another one coming. But Gab is basically, yes, you'll be able. Okay, Malka, this is a live stream on YouTube. Gab is like Facebook, only it's not Facebook. It's just not owned by Mark Zuckerberg. I should have checked just in case he opened a second one just to, give people a place to go away from him to reach out to him again. Gab is new to me, as we will have to visit there and check it out. Thank you. What's going on, Aldo? What's going on? My strip steak. Well, sounds pretty saucy if you ask me. So, hey, Rosie, how are you, darling? Yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm in the process, and I appreciate everybody's patience. I am in the process of leaving Facebook. It's going to take some time, and I'm still going to, now get this. If you don't want to come on Gab, that's fine. I'm still going to post stuff on Facebook. I'm just not going to have my Connected Hearts group there anymore. I'm still going to post. I'm still going to post videos when I have a live stream coming up or a video. I'm still going to post them there. But when I go to make personal posts, it's going to be on Gab. When I go to talk about the hard things to talk about, it's going to be on Rumble. YouTube is just here for me, and I've raved about YouTube for a long time, but the truth is YouTube has given me a platform. Yes, their guidelines are fascist, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. As long as I have Rumble, I can say everything I want to say. All right. I just don't like doing it often because it really is, it takes you into a dark place to be that angry. You know what I mean? And I have to cleanse afterwards, before and afterwards. You know what I mean? Better. Yesterday, my left leg swelled up. How come, Rosie? I had Facebook a long time ago. You left Facebook a long time ago. You don't miss it. Well, come on over to Gab, right? I am sorry to, okay, my knees are so swollen now I can barely walk. It's very painful. Sending healing prayers for you to be better. Sherry! Us too, sweetheart. What? Bev, the group on Facebook will be deleted eventually. Eventually. But I have a group, Connected Hearts, on Gap. I've started it. I'll check out Rumble because I know nothing about these platforms. Rumble is just a place to go watch videos, kind of like YouTube, only they don't restrict what we say, right? So you just look up, let's give them something that, well, I mean, Seashell Surf God bless. How are you, Seashell? You haven't said much. How are you doing, honey? You still carrying the glow from going to the mainland? Not mainland, to Waikiki and stuff? Hey, Margaret, how are you? Love and light to you too. Well, you don't have to do Twitter or Instagram. I've just got a lot of platforms. If you're on Gab, it's like Facebook, Malka. Okay? I'm still going to be on Facebook Messenger. Okay? But I've gotten rid of TikTok. I've replaced it with Instagram. I'm getting rid of Facebook. I'm replacing it with Gab. It's that simple. And I'm posting that stuff, Malka, on the Facebook page. So all you have to do is, if you can't do it, you can't do it. I'm not asking you to. But Gab is basically a social media. You make an account, you follow me, I follow you back, and we can talk. Trying to heal my knees, and yes, I loved my trip to Honolulu. Now, why did I think it was Waikiki? I enjoy Facebook to connect with friends and family. I don't have any problems. Well, I mean, you don't obviously, most of my family has blocked me from Facebook, or I have blocked them, for the simple reason is as I am too controversial, I guess, for Facebook and for my family. But I have a lot of family who has my back, and that's okay. No, I'm not going to buy the Oculus, Yuliana. Waikiki, Honolulu are same area, but Waikiki is the beach side. Ah, okay. Thank you for clearing that up, Seashell. I am not going to get the Oculus because, A, you have to have a Facebook account to connect to it, Mark Zuckerberg. And B, everything you want. There are some free programs, which are games, but everything you might want, like workouts and stuff, they'll let you have them for a free trial, but then they want you to pay like $25 a month for, say, that workout I did on the live stream. That workout I did with Oculus is, it's only free for 30 days. And then you've got to pay for it, like $25 a month. And I mean, if that's the way it is, and the power of meditation in me, I tried the meditative one, but you know what? My meditation in my mind is much more graphic. When I say graphic, I don't mean bad. It's not a bad thing. Okay, you see how language has changed? When I meditate, I go to places in my meditation that these people who are creating these Oculus meditations just can't even conceive. So my imagination is much more powerful, right? So if I've got to pay $500 for an Oculus and then pay $25 a month just for one program, what's the point, right? Yeah, it's like a gym membership too. But the thing is I would only use it half the year, right? Because guess what season it is? Oh, our half-acre homestead. There's a garden video coming out tomorrow. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. Not worth it to me. But Angie already has it, and for her, the workouts she does, I don't, it works for her, but not me. It's not something I'm going to pay another $25 a month for. I mean, let's face it, I got Netflix, I got an Amazon Prime. And Amazon Prime, when you buy Amazon Prime, it isn't necessary, and it's a monthly thing. You don't necessarily get all of the channels that are on Prime or available through Prime. You have to start buying things like I paid for BritBox because I like British TV. And that's an extra $8.99 a month. So when you pay Amazon Prime and then you start paying for channels on Amazon Prime, I'm trying to start to figure out why the hell I've even got television. Howie won't let me get rid of it. Don't you find it very windy? Garden, mine is out in the open. No. Are you telling me Mark Zuckerberg bought Instagram? Okay, well, I'm going to do some more research because if Instagram is owned by Mark Zuckerberg, I'm going to go to Telegram. You know what, folks? In all honesty, there are only 5 families that rule commerce and and hold 40% of the world's wealth. Okay? They own everything. Right? So, son of a birch. Okay. I don't have Netflix or any cable hookup. I just have internet. Right. Bev, Brit is expensive in Canada. WBGH? What's that, Gene? Well, it's $8.99 for BritBox a month. And being as I just watched the entire second... No, that was on Netflix. But I mean, I watch Vera and Shetland and all those things. Those 5 families are wealthy and have a say in everything, pretty much. Okay, Frig, thanks. Thanks for telling me Instagram is owned by Mark Zuckerberg, but I still have an account there. I just don't have any live streaming or anything. But I'm gonna shuffle some cards. We are having, I'm gonna make broccoli because I got lots of that broccoli in the freezer. I'm gonna make broccoli and cheese sauce. Whoa, here we go. I don't know who needs to hear this. Has anybody watched the first 2 episodes or the first episode of what's that new with Josh Brolin? Outer Range, I think it's called. If you've seen the first episode, stop. Embrace winter, great cosmic womb, the void. This is the place. If you've seen it, yeah, exactly. Oculus is owned by his company. That's why you have to have a Facebook account. The void is the place. To me, the void is the in-between. The void is the in-between of one journey's beginning or one journey's ending to another beginning. It's that's the void to me. I met his father, James, while he was married to his second wife. I was an extra for a while in films. Oh, James Brolin. Yeah, wow, did they ever look alike, eh? I just assumed it was the same man. How he goes, no, that's his dad, James. Because I said, we were watching it, and I said, wasn't he in the first Amityville Horror? And he said, no, I think it was his dad. So, you made mac and cheese yesterday. I always have mac and cheese on Good Friday. And Whale and Orca Elders, share your song. Frequency of sound. Whale and Orca Elders, share your song. Frequency of sound, diving deep. Like us, it's amazing they can even live still in that polluted place. What new season, Gene? Season 11? Is it out yet? Of Call the Midwife? I don't know who needs to hear this. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards and wild card. Okay? So somebody is being faced with an opportunity that's going to open a lot of doors for them. but you have to decide, right? It's like taking a leap of faith. You have to decide whether this is for you, but because it is a bit of a wild card shot, right? But if you do it right, it's going to be amazing. Okay? So, walk through that door. Oh wow! Oh, okay. No, I mean on Netflix or BritBox. There's only 10 seasons. So what season is starting right now? I must be missing out on these shows. Hope that's me, Bev, because I'm too isolated. I want to expand. Now these are like I said, it's Amazon Prime and Netflix and stuff. Hi, Audrey. Ham, sweet potatoes, roast asparagus, rolls, potato salad, cheesecake, and strawberry compote, all from scratch. And some early summer's asparagus and berries. You know what I might do? I might put some of those seasoned boneless, skinless chicken breasts in the bottom of the bottom of I don't know. Walking through new doors. Yes. Not yet on Netflix. Okay. I need to go to the store, but putting it off. Oh my goodness. Go to the store. Do what you got to do, sweetheart. Oh, you know what? Somebody's needing a Soul's Journey card. I'm still a little discombobulated, a little bit off from the last 2 days. Actually, the thing is before Thursday, there was an entire week and a half. There was an entire week before Aunt Audrey's passing on Thursday. There was an entire week and a half of a lot of things happening that we had to handle emotionally. Okay, I was here. I couldn't do dick, but I mean, it lurking while I knit dishcloths. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Aces. Well, if I could get some soil right now, I would fill my back bed. You're going to see tomorrow. I'm going to be planting root vegetables as soon as I can get some soil. Bev, have you ever grown your own mushrooms? I'm thinking about getting a kit. I've thought about it. I might. I've thought about it, but I'm doing more research. They say it's easy, but it's more work, and it would have to be done in my basement utility room, and there's no windows and all that stuff, Hey, Joe, how are you, darling? I don't think anybody wants a Soul Journeys card. Well, let's go with the Gaia cards. Oh, there we go. A couple of Gaia cards have fallen out. Oh, 3 of them. Okay. This is the way they're going to go. There we go. First card is Sacred Earth Mother. A message of love. And I watched I don't know, I think he's from India, and he has a turban and a long white beard, and I listen to him sometimes because he has such wisdom. And he said, if you have allergies, like to pollen and all this stuff, he said, go outside as soon as you're able and dig a little hole ankle deep to the depth of just above your ankle and just big enough to put your feet in. Put your feet in the hole and cover them back over with dirt and just sit there for 40 minutes and be with the earth. He said, you'll be amazed how fast your allergies will start to dissipate over time if you continue to do that. Because I think the word allergy actually means out of touch with the earth, right? Sacred Earth Mother, a message of love. Remember, folks, we are not on the planet. We are from the planet. Our bodies are of the same. We were born of the soil. We will return to the soil. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Why do we treat the earth like a commodity? It needs to be treated with love and not politics. Yin Yang, creating harmony through balance. Okay, remember me saying we've got to come to a place of balance, of centeredness, of grounding. Okay, put your feet in the soil and turn your face to the sky, and just be with the Creator and with the planet, and connect. Night wind, facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. So, Earth Mother, a message of love. We need balance in our lives. And not just balance, okay? Balance between, the cosmos and the earth. And facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. Because remember, what is fear? You've got a choice when faced with fear. You have two choices. You can face, everything and run, frig everything and run, or you can face everything and recover. Do not let fear hold you back, because that's what it's designed to do. Does that make sense? Hey, Pony! Hi, Karen. How are you, darling? How are you, Pony? Happy Easter, Karen. Where's Betty? Hi, Betty. How are you? And am I missing something? Sounds a lot like having regular cable on TV. To watch something, you have to pay a package. And yeah, I know. And so what's the point? Because all I see on TV is drivel, right? How he says, I want to watch the news. I said, well, then watch it or somewhere else. Because I can't handle the more clarity I get, the more in touch and grounded and centered I get, the more I see the lies. I see the lies and the deflection and the stretching of the truth so hard that it's going to snap, right? I see truth, whereas a lot of people don't. And the truth is very, very negative. We live in a very negative framework. I'm doing good. Howie's out in the garage. That's okay, Stay Gold. I haven't been here for a few days. Aunt Audrey passed away on Thursday, and this weekend is like Easter is a time where a lot of people seem to pass away in my family, and including my mother and my Aunt Audrey's firstborn son, Bob, and her first husband, my Uncle Jim. No TV, cable, or antenna since 2016, and we do not miss it at all. Well, yes, you missed Gracie. I'm sorry, Marie, you missed Gracie, but she might come back if I ask her to. Gracie, will you come and say hi one more time? Guess she's done saying hi. You know what? She lived a really long, wonderful life. That woman was an artist, and not just with paints and drawings. She was an artist with fabrics. I mean, I've seen her rag rugs, She was, she was a lady. You know what I mean? She was also a professional woman in a time when professional women were just, you know, she was 96. So she touched so many lives. Think about this: two sons who are since passed, 8 grandchildren from those two sons, 22 great grandchildren from those two sons, and 8 great grandchildren. And she was surrounded by love in her own home when she passed. I mean, what a beautiful send off. What a beautiful send off. Ketchup is best with fries. Hey, Dima Beth. So that's okay, Pony. That's okay. Aunt Audrey is free. It's the rest of us that have to. I mean, when we pass, we move on. I mean, she was in a body that just could not hold her light anymore. And she had to be free. And that freedom is happy and joyous for her. But us who are left behind, dealing with sorrow and the hole in our lives. But it does not change the fact that she's free. And I'm so very happy for her. Like I said, it's just those left behind. Longevity runs through women in my family too. Well, her mother lived to be 100. And I think her sister lived to be 93, 87, somewhere around there. Now, that's not my bloodline. My bloodline was from her first husband, my Uncle Jim. And in that family, women either died very young, like in their 40s, early 40s, or really in the 70s, 80s, mostly 80s. So if it's bad, go and get her groomed. It's painful for them to be matted. They must be combed daily. There you go. There you go, Malka. Thank you, Joe. How you doing, Joe? Should I go to a professional or can I do it myself? Well, I would clip the matting. Personally, I don't have cats, but I would clip the matting off. And then you can go to a professional, but you can't afford. If you can't afford it, it's not a good idea. But if you can clip the matting off with scissors, and then comb and keep it combed, it shouldn't reoccur. If I'm thinking, the second knot should be now. Wow, my spelling. Okay, I missed something there. I'm trying not to expand again. Wait, but I've gained 2 pounds this weekend. Oatmeal cookies, peanut butter cookies, macaroni and cheese, macaroni and tomatoes, Go to the vet. They can put them to sleep while they groom them. Yeah. Don't get too close to the skin. Hi, Sherry. Anyway, folks, I just wanted to pop in and, pull some cards and let you know I'm still here and I'm still loving you. And I feel your love. But I didn't want to go another day without letting you know what's going on, right? Good. I'm glad to hear it, Joe. You also need to know the right temperature and moisture content in the air to grow different mushroom kits. Not as easy as it seems. Not that I've tried. I don't like mushrooms. I love mushrooms. So listen, folks. I'm going to thank you, T Mama Dukes. I'm going to get off of here now after our prayer. And anybody who doesn't want to stay for the prayer or the push of spiritual light that we do, that's okay. There's no judgment if you want to leave. I mean, not everybody thinks and feels the same way, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So if this is not for you, no judgment, it's okay. Okay. Yes, I have canned meatballs. Howie didn't like them so much because I put a lot of dried vegetables in them, and there was too much seasoning, so they went bitter. But I don't use bread or flour or any kind of starch. Use something like ground dried mushrooms or something as your filler, and an egg, and then cook them, and then can them in broth. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to take a nice deep breath and hold it and release. And we're going to do that 3 times. You connect with your faith. I will connect with the source of your faith, and I will connect with the source of mine. And together we can drop the walls that have been. I'm sorry, I've got a. We can drop the walls that religion has erected between us and join hands and hearts in communion with our faith. Okay? Hey, God, creator and source of all, thank you for bringing us here today. Together, that we may share our love, our light, our dreams, our hopes, and that we can push back at the darkness for another day. The darkness that threatens to overwhelm us through social media, mainstream media, politics, whatever's going on in the world, armed conflict. God, we just want to lift all of our friends up that are suffering or are dealing with suffering, addiction, rejection, pain, loneliness, ill health, fear. We lift them up to you, God, so that you can pour the sunshine of your love down upon these people, whether they ask for it or not. God, we are asking for them, so that for a moment, maybe will sink in, maybe they will open up and accept and have a moment of peace and freedom from fear. And God, we like to come together and we like to connect with hearts and hands, making a circle around the world. And we ask you that you pour the light of your love down through us in such a powerful way that we become a ring of pulsating divine light that we cannot hold, and that we push it out to the world, that creates a bubble of divine light so that people can come in from the darkness and rest and recharge and lift their light aloft as well. Thank you, God. We know that love is the answer, that light is the answer, that you are the answer, and that we know no darkness can withstand against the light of God. Amen. Shalom, namaste, peace be with you. Merry meet. Blessed be Mary Part, Miigwech. Walk in the light of God. Shed the light of God. Share the light of God. It's all we got, but it's enough. This is the Mrs. Wolfe from our Half Acre Homestead saying, until Thursday, I will see you soon. Take care. God bless. And never, ever hide that light under a bushel. That's their way, not ours. Take care. God bless.